now the Rotodyne is airborne. It took off as an ordinary helicopter and is about to make the transition from helicopter flight to cruising trim. The Rotodyne, you see there, you can see the fixed wings and two ordinary air screws.
Now then, I think we must turn back now to the Rotodyne. I don't know whether to television viewers I may be repeating stuff which Charles Gardner said, but I've got to think of the, I should think, 150,000 people here, and therefore you'll forgive me if I do repeat. Now, this is not a fixed-wing aeroplane, it's not a helicopter, and it's not an autogyro, but it's a bit of all three. It is a most remarkable air transport compact. It's a piece of engineering which I don't think has ever been equaled for originality. And it is now in cruising flight, which simply means that the rotor is windmilling, and it's turned by the fact that the whole thing is being moved through the air by the two ordinary air screws driven by Napier-Eland engines. That is the only reason the rotor's turning, because the whole thing is moving. But so doing, as it windmills, it gives lift, a lot of lift, as we found in the autogyros, of course. And so part of the lift is now on that rotor, which is spinning at 115 revs a minute, and partly on the fixed wings. Now that is the cruising condition. And the great point about it is that it can cruise fast. On that run past, he did 170 miles an hour, but the top speed can be a good deal higher, nearly 200 miles an hour. Now that's the great thing about this aircraft. It can go faster than a helicopter and slower than a fixed-wing airplane. It gains at both ends. It's the chief man responsible for the design is Dr. Hislop of Fairey, under, of course, Lickley, who is the head technical man there. And the pilot, by the way, is Gellertley. He's been doing all the test flying with John Morton as his co-pilot. And you see the advantage of this particular aircraft, the only one of its kind in the world, that it has this ability to go fast. This particular one will take 14 feet. And it also has the ability to land slow, in fact to land vertically, in order to convert from the cruising flight, which he's doing now, to helicopter flight. He brings in compressors behind the two Eland engines. They blow air out along the blades. Fuel is fed into the little jets at the tips. They light up, and then the rotor is being driven. It speeds up to 150 revs a minute, and the thing is a full helicopter with full powers of hovering, vertical takeoff, vertical landing. I do want, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to direct your attention to this aircraft, because I think it's one of the most brilliant pieces of advanced engineering we've seen for a very long time. It is a new way of flying. And now we shall see the Rotodyne converting back. There goes the fuel. You saw those little splashes of fuel at the rotor tips. Now he's feeding fuel into the rotor blade tip jets. That's lit, and then you've got suddenly a helicopter. And note, by the way, that this aircraft has a retractable landing gear, certainly the biggest helicopter ever built in this country with that particular thing, and it's worth it, of course, because it is faster than an ordinary helicopter. It's about something in the order of 50 miles an hour faster than any helicopter can be made to go at the present time.
To add to that, I think I would say that when you are watching the Rotodyne cruise, you are watching a world speed record figure, because the helicopter speed record is about 160, and the Rotodyne can beat that easily any day it likes. Call particular attention to the way he puts his undercarriage down. Throughout the week he's been getting very near the ground and hovering and then lowering that with the nose dropped out of the way to give the pilot better vision now. The Rotodyne landing, and his wheels should be coming down. They are indeed now, and he just plonks himself that last few.